right, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy for our forewarned weather forecast. Now, Alana, I know we started the week off on a moody Monday, but how would you describe today and Tuesday? What fun phrase do you have for that now?
That was a trouble Tuesday. I feel like there's a lot of people in Utah County who are going to back me on that one because that was very severe with those storms. And we've had a severe thunderstorm pop up. It was over in the Vernal area, and just the last half hour, you can see windy conditions, wet pavement, still stormy over in the northeastern corner of the state. But we have cleared that severe threat. Isolated storms along the Wasatch Front still delivered a little bit of light rain. Utah County saw it. There was hail coming down in Taylorsville. You notice that out there. Quick little storm rolling through. All those storms tracking east as we made it through the afternoon. Forewarned radar pinpoints exactly where we're seeing activity. We've cleared Utah County, but it's over in Uinta County, and this is tracking east. It's going to move out of the state. Roosevelt, Duchesne County also saw their fair share of storms, but this lingering monsoon moisture doesn't get to stay for long. Drier air taking over. Live view from our ABC4 studios. Our Colonial Flag Tower camera. Pretty shot there. Really nice. Sunshine is there. Temperatures are running just a few degrees below average. It's 87 right now in Salt Lake. And when we talk Salt Lake, you know, I know it's been abnormally dry. June, July, we actually have seen below average precipitation each month since April in Salt Lake City. We have changed that for August. The last 48 hours brought in measurable moisture to Salt Lake International and put us way above where we typically are this time of year. We hope to pick up 0.58 by the end of August. We're currently sitting at 0.82. And we have thunderstorms returning in the long range here, so we could see a little more moisture. Good news there, but unfortunately it came quickly and it was fierce. Satellite radar shows the motion of the storms today, tracking east, moving towards the basin. We did see a little activity in Cache Valley, Utah County, Wasatch back, and then again northeastern Utah. But the rest of the state, including the West Desert and southern Utah, saw drier conditions. We actually saw Washington County starting to dry out last night, so we've had dry conditions in the southwestern corner of the state. Our Black Desert Skycam views kind of show off not just the construction underway down there at Black Desert, but the red rock and the clear conditions as those temperatures are really close to average. Hitting 100, now at 99 in St. George. We've got a lot of 80s and 90s in the southern portion of the state, 70s in Price, 65 in Vernal, with that storm really making the temperatures tumble here in just the last half hour. 80s along the Wasatch Front, low 90s is usually where we are. 93 is the average high in Salt Lake. In August, I'm okay coming in below average. Maybe not in any other part of life, but in August with the heat, I'm okay being on the cooler side. 80s turning to 70s. I hope you are too. A change of pace never hurts. Mostly clear skies by ABC4 News at 10 with those mid 70s. Even if you're getting up early in the mornings, you notice there's a little bit of a change in the air. Felt that way last 2 days. Futurecast shows those storms exiting the state to the east, and then we get dry conditions. A more stable air mass takes control, and so we get through the close of the work week with dry skies, sunshine, and a slight bump in those daytime highs. But don't get too excited if you like the dry weather, because the threat of storms does return to the Wasatch Front with precipitation potential rising, and we're also going to see it in the south. Monsoon flow. We're not done. No, the monsoon in Utah typically hangs on through September, and we have the chance of seeing that moisture moving in. We look at the upper level futurecast, and it shows that high pressure in control as we're closing up the week. That more westerly flow brings in drier air, and then the high is centered up towards the Four Corners. When it does that, we grab any bit of moisture to the south and we bring it into the Beehive State. We start doing that on Saturday. You can actually see the clock in the corner of your screen. We keep our eye on the Pacific Northwest because we do have a low pressure system which will amp up that southerly flow. So for your weekend and into early next week, monsoon moisture returns to the state, and we bring back the threat of thunderstorms with isolated thunderstorms in the forecast in both southern and northern Utah. Taking a check on those temperatures for tomorrow, 80s, 90s on average. Seasonal for this time of year, 98 in Moab, 101 in St. George, where as we talk about Washington County, you see those numbers right where they should be. This time of year, that moisture returns with the threat of storms for the weekend. It starts in the south and then pushes to the north. Flash flood threat will come back, but it's kind of nice not being forced to talk about that because we get a bit of a breather here with drier conditions for the next 2 days. Storms do return to northern Utah, but I think after yesterday, the Wasatch Front is going, I'm okay with a dry day or two.
Let's do that.
Yeah, that was a lot at once. So we
will take the breather. I mean,